How the heck are you, everybody? I'm Fastidious. Welcome to my channel and welcome to day 67 on our grind for glory. We have a huge weekend ahead of us in Watcher of Realms. Guys, this is going to be a crazy one, so let's break it all down right now. But first, we did pass 4,000 subscribers. So I just want to give a big thank you to all of you guys. It means a lot. I think I'll save the fanfare for hopefully when we hit 5,000. We're actually already over 4,100. So 5,000, I think, to me, is the biggest, most realistic goal I could have ever hoped for myself. So the idea that we're probably going to get to 5,000 reasonably soon is very, very exciting. So I just appreciate the support in such a big way. I sincerely do mean that, guys. If you have any suggestions, I want to do something fun to celebrate 5,000. I was thinking maybe I'll dye my hair purple or something to be a real gamer boy. Let me know if you guys think that'd be funny or interesting, or we should do something else altogether. Let me know in the comments what you think. But I'm super down to do something fun. I mean, I'm doing this full time to the end of the year, so we might as well just go all in, right? So let me know. Should I dye my hair purple? Should I do something else? Let me know in the comments. Aside from that, yeah, I just thank you. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you're considering it, maybe you could be lucky number 5,000. I'm very excited. Okay, let's move on and let's actually talk about the game. So a lot of stuff going on. The biggest news obviously is going to be the Aeon shard summoning event, the Aeon fusion. This will start on Monday, and this is not Pyros, obviously. Aeon, believe it or not, is not Pyros. I really wanted it to be Pyros. I did not hide my feelings. A bit selfishly, but also a bit not. I truly think Pyros would be the best thing for the community because you need an infernal team if you want to run late game guild boss, and he would help everyone. Some people already might have him, but anyone that doesn't have him and obviously doesn't have Twin Fiend probably would benefit tremendously. But it's not Pyros. I was right about when the fusion was going to come. I was wrong about whom it would be. Let's be honest though, guys, I am being selfish because I have Mommy Morgan, so I was less interested in Aeon. I already have a lord from this faction, a legendary lord, the only legendary lord on my account. More on Morgan, I'm sure, in many other future videos. Let's talk about Aeon and exactly what she's all about. Guys, people have really been enjoying this Mari strat to get vulnerabilities up. I have mixed feelings about it. I think it's very cool because Mari's free to play, but now Aeon is free to play and Aeon is just straight up better. Mari's better, I guess, in arena and stuff for spamming crowd control effects. It's particularly her slow. She's got a nice freeze as well. But when it comes to vulnerability, nothing, and I mean nothing, is going to be better than Aeon. 100% uptime on physical damage and magic damage vulnerabilities. It's just tremendous. You're going to want to get some skill ups into this. Let's break it down. It starts at 12%. This goes all the way up to 20%, just like Mari. And it's 100% uptime. They all last 4 seconds. She applies it on all of her moves, all of her damage dealing moves. So basic attacks, there you go. That applies it. Her ultimate, the Death Vortex, that applies it. It doesn't get better. When it comes to applying vulnerability, there's no one better. Pyros is really good at it too, but it's Aeon. We're getting Aeon. She's very cool. Even if you happen to be really lucky like me and you have Morgan, this is a fusion you can still get excited for. She's a very usable champion, so I will break her down so thoroughly in future videos, guys. I just want to do a brief overview here. Very cool looking champion. She could probably use a bit more clothes, but that's an issue for another day. But yeah, let's get into it. So funny thing she has, I chatted with Mob Bucket about this. I think this is so silly. Her talent is that her basic attack, the target count is +2. So instead of making her basic attack deals magic damage to 3 enemies, they made it deals it to 1, and then, oh, by the way, she has a talent, now it's +2. To be fair, I'm pretty sure this is unlocked at a promotion, but still, it's so weird. They do corny stuff like this all the time in the game. Like another great example of the silliness, and this is, I'm sure you guys can let me know more examples in the comments, but with Autumn, this one always gets me. Her ultimate is she does this crit damage increase. Her passive is, oh, also when the ultimate happens, this happens. So it's just part of the ultimate, but they always want to find ways to have more abilities and more talents. It's corny. I think it's corny as heck. Let me know what you guys think. Let's talk about Aeon. So she's got a multi-target basic attack. Another thing that really frustrates me, maybe I'm in a ranty mood, I don't know. Periodic rage regen attack +3. So obviously, if you're into the deep statistics in this game, it's very clear that every champion has a base value for rage regen attack and rage regen attacked. So some base value that the rage regen percentage is scaling off of based on when they do attacks and when they receive attacks. but that is not listed anywhere. If you go to hero details, you get your auto, so this is how much you generate per second naturally, and then you have your percentage, which clearly scales off of attacking or being attacked, but we don't know that. So is it the auto? I don't know. Is it this? I don't know. But another thing that frustrates me. There you go. But she's going to get more rage regen attack, which is very important because her ultimate is very, very strong. It's very unique. It's quite strange, honestly. But as you can see, it's a very affordable ultimate. This goes down to 600 cost when you skill her up. If you're going to use her, you really should put skills into her. All of her moves really benefit tremendously. But it's very strange, the Death Vortex. Basically, she makes this like, what would be the word? Like this almost magnetic pull, this vortex, where she pulls things towards her, this like gravitational force, as you can see, and it also inflicts slow. So if you've never used her before, dude, they don't have an animation here. I guess they only do that for legendary champions, and I don't have her, so I can't show you. But she will pull the enemies towards her. So you can use that in very interesting ways. I'm excited to play around with it a lot on the test server. It's pretty cool. I think the slow is the most exciting part. It's a great 75% slow. She generates rage, as you can see, quite quickly. I should have highlighted this from the beginning. Guys, she is not a damage dealer. Look at that. Her base attack is under 2,000. She's not going to put out any damage. She's here for control and for debuffs, exactly like it says. So build her appropriately. You are going to want to go maybe a touch of tankiness, but really super high attack speed, very nice rage regen, and just get this ultimate and the slow and the vortex happening as much as possible. Get her putting out attacks as much as possible to ensure that 100% uptime. It's not going to be that. You don't need that much attack speed to ensure the 100% uptime on these vulnerabilities. Nothing like Mari. You don't need some wonky build with 500 attack speed, cutting that interval down. If she has any touch of attack speed at all, you will have 100% uptime. I'll actually just show you her base interval is very strong as it is at 2 seconds. She's just kind of a beast of a champion, but it's really important that you build her correctly. And to build her correctly is as a support unit, as a utility unit. She's a mage and a magic damage dealer, but she doesn't deal damage, right? So build her in a similar way to what you'd build a Mari. High attack speed, rage regen, just get that stuff going. All in all, I think she's a very cool champion. If you're unfamiliar with her Lord skill, the base of all epic lords in this game is they're going to all faction allies will get an increase of 10%. Then what's specific to her is her faction allies, the damage dealt to enemies inflicted with any crowd control effect. The damage will be increased by 20. Pretty strong, quite good. If you run a cultist team, if you have an Aeon, if you have a Virna, if you have a Zealous that you're using, or Lasir now, right? Those all fit really well. Not nearly as good as Morgan, I'll be honest. Morgan does 30% to any crowd control effects, but then the really cracked out thing with Morgan is just all AoE damage from faction allies is plus 25%. All these legendary lords, guys, if you don't realize, will have some slightly improved benefit that's the same as the epic lord, and then they'll have a whole other extra sentence at the bottom, which is another benefit. This benefit for Morgan is nuts. This kind of is the AoE faction, the AoE damage dealing faction, plus 25% across the board for her allies is crazy. But Aeon is still very strong in her own right. So get excited for it. Let's talk about the rest of the stuff this weekend. It's going to be a truly crazy weekend. Guys, if you're new to my videos or new to me, every single Friday when summoning events go live, right at reset, every single Friday, doesn't matter if I'm in Berlin or New York or anywhere, right? We are doing a Pulse party. We are streaming. It's really fun. We are consistently getting over 200 people every stream now, so thank you guys so much. If you are interested in having your pulls done, it is not too late to sign up, and I do not discriminate against people with less shards. A lot of us, especially like non-spenders like me, don't have that many shards. I only have 34 shards, and then I have a handful of diamonds. You could have 5 shards. If you want your shards pulled on the stream, I'm not going to say no. You have to have X amount of shards for me to be able to pull for you. So if you're interested, you can just DM me directly. Best would be to tag me on my Discord and I will send you the form just so you can sign up. But yeah, we do not discriminate. We just want to have fun and all pull shards together. And hopefully we're all going to get really lucky and pull some of the crazy units. So I put out a video about this. A lot of people have, but just to break it down again, guys, this is as good a banner as it is going to get. Zilitu, maybe the best hero in the game, certainly the best damage dealer in the guild boss in the game. Nocturne, underrated champion. I use him all the time. He deals true damage, so if you don't know what that is, he ignores all magic resistances and he ignores all defense. So he can't crit on those, but he can put up some really big numbers. And then we have 2 of the very, very, very best epics in the game. We have Dolores, who might be not just the best epic in the game, but the best overall healer, at least in terms of necessity. You will see no endgame content that isn't utilizing her in almost all aspects across the board. She is in every guild boss team. This inspiration effect is tremendous, guys. This goes all the way up to 60% when you get her to A1. You absolutely really need to and should want to get her to A1. And then Maul, guys, I feel like people are sleeping on Maul. He's not that rare, I guess, so maybe it makes him less attractive. This is like the most cracked out epic damage dealer in the game, maybe. When it comes to just having a crazy range and putting up monster AoE, especially piercing damage, it's very rare, especially for an epic to have such strong AoE piercing damage. He is tremendous, guys. He really is. This is a huge, huge, huge AoE. This goes up to what? Let me do some quick math here. This goes up to such a strange thing. This goes up to 870%. That's very strange. Oh no, here we go. Here's another 30%. 900%. Wacky tobacco. That is absolutely crazy. If that's not enough, he has defense reduction. Again, this is AoE, right? Because he has AoE on his basic attack when he applies it. Defense down by 10% AoE. Defense down is something you don't hear about much in this game compared to a game like Raid Shadow Legends. That's because it's so rare in this game. I was chatting with Cold Brew about this in the video we put out a while back. I think people sleep on this just because it's so rare you don't think about it. But when you can get it, it's crazy. An AoE defense break is tremendous. And if that's not enough, guys, if you already have him, I have an A1 Maul. I pulled a copy and I put a Soulstone into him. You can still happily be pulling, right? I have A5 Dolores now. I've pulled her twice and I put a bunch of Soulstones into her, but A5 Maul is my next priority. He gets a freeze at A1. He gets Salt Erosion, which inflicts slow. This is a very strong 5 seconds, 75% slow. Check your crowd control abilities, guys, and your dot damage abilities. These will have different seconds depending on the hero, right? It's not universal. That's a very powerful slow. Penetration's amazing for breaking through the defenses, basically, of the enemies you face. And then cost -5. The only thing holding him back from being just a god tier unit is that he has 22 costs. Once you get him A5, nothing is holding him back. He is truly a god. It is an investment to get him to A5, but he's on a 10x banner, so pull away. Hopefully you guys get plenty copies if you need them. 17 costs for this much power. He's truly just better than Nyx. Nyx has 22 costs, but nothing brings her down, at least nothing off the top of my head. Now I gotta check, so bear with me while I check for Nyx. But for example, Razok, right? He's 22 costs and he does not get down to 17 costs, even though he's a legendary champion. So it really is a tremendous ability. We just got to check Nyx real quick. I don't think she has anything like it. Nope. So Nyx, again, she stays at 22 costs. Razok stays at 22 costs. It's the epic that gets this crazy benefit. And obviously he's way easier to get to Awaken 5. Way easier. He's an epic, not a legendary. 17 costs is legitness. And then Ardith, not bad at all. When you're watching this video, just a couple hours after the release of this video, my final class by class epic tier list featuring Arcturus is going to come out on Defenders, and Ardith is someone a lot of people sleep on. He's very good, so he definitely is the least desirable of the banner probably, but certainly a very worthy consolation prize. This is a cracked out banner. If that is not enough, there's one more thing we must touch upon. Not only is this a normal 10x banner, special invocation of spirit, special divine summoning, drop rate of the hero increases by 10. So multiplied by 10, your chances to get those heroes. If that's not enough, we have this very strange notice. What the heck am I talking about? So you see here, time limited summons with 10x rate up. We understood that already. Crazy summons. If you guys don't know, the crazy summons is when you get a double chance to get legendaries. During the event, drop rates of all legendary heroes in invocation of spirits and divine summoning will be doubled. They're not saying it explicitly here. If you guys were playing during the Hatsit event, the Hatsit 10x with Ezrein and Setram, it did, when you clicked it, it did say drop rate of heroes increased by 10 and legendary heroes increased by 2. I messaged my contact. I'm still waiting for a reply, but it seems to me there's a high likelihood this will be that proper 2x by 10x that we love to see, just increasing your chances of getting legendaries and then increased chance that that legendary might be Zilitu. So I guess let's just close that with a picture of Zilitu here. I hope this was informative, guys. I guess the final thing I do want to add is me and Maku are working hard on our new calendar. If you missed it, we put out an interactive calendar to track your shards in the fusion event for Lunaria. We obviously are doing the same thing for Aeon. If you guys have any suggestions on how to improve upon that from our Lunaria version to make this Aeon one even better, please let me know. You can let me know in the comments or just DM me directly on Discord. Aside from that, just some cool stuff, guys. A lot of fun things are happening in game. Am I a bit gutted that it wasn't Pyros? Absolutely. Especially, let me say one more thing. They're throwing us this banner with 2 great Infernal units I mean, the best guild boss DPS in the game, and a very strong one as well, who has dual faction membership, but one of them for Nocturne is also Infernal. Dolores is Infernal. They're really giving all these components to an Infernal team on this banner, 3 of the 5 units, and then I really thought it would pair so naturally to have the next Shard Summon, the next fusion event, be Pyros, who's an Infernal Lord. But we're going the Cultist route, so I am disappointed. That being said, pretty cool stuff. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Fastidious. If you liked the video, like it. If you want to get in touch, leave a comment. If you want to share it with your mother, I highly suggest you do so. I'll see you in the next one.
Fastidious.